Hi ladies, welcome to my pond manicure part 2 where I apply the jelly and the bubbles. That base that I've got on, I did a coat of blue polish and then I did the hairspray technique with various teals and green polishes in water with hairspray sprayed on the water. That's available as another video called part 1. You can do a plain base if you want to. So I'm going to stamp the nails first of all on the first base layer and I'm using by Refringence by I Love Nail Polish, which in hindsight was a poor choice. It doesn't show up very well through all of the layers except in sunlight. I'm using a MoU sailor plate and those are little fishes. I'm using a credit card to scrape with and an extra large squishy stamper. Those stampers are available from eBay for less than $5. They are big enough for my nails. Incidentally, that credit card is no longer valid. You can't buy any Coach purses with it if you're trying to zoom in on the number. The next time I do this, I'm just gonna either use a cream polish that's more opaque and dark so that it will show through the layers, or just paint something on. I mean, I've already redone them since this video and I painted 2 koi, which were actually very easy, just 2 orange and white splotches. And I don't really go that fast either. This video is actually speeded up. It took me much longer than this. But at least you get to see my stamping technique. This is a Frankened jelly that I made from an LA colour, which was a teal colour. It was sheer already, but I added it to half a bottle of Wet n Wild clear that I had discarded because it wasn't water marbling well anymore. And I'm so glad I never threw it out. It came in useful after all. Seche vite, so that this dries quickly and there's kind of an extra layer of jelly, because I want to be able to do the next layer of art. So I've got a base, I've got some stamping, I've got a layer of aqua jelly and a layer of seche vite, and you can see that I'm wrapping the tips. That's when I do the edge and just underneath the nail. It helps with shrinkage and it helps to seal the design and makes it last longer on your nails. Excuse me. So this is white acrylic paint. This is a little bit too runny. I suggest you dilute it half again with water so that it's the consistency of nail polish. This is too runny, especially on shiny nails. If I tilt my nails in any direction, it runs off because it's too runny. It also takes longer to get the effect when it's this runny. So those are like blobs of wet acrylic, and if you do the smallest dots first because they dry fastest, you get a clean dry Q-tip or a dry brush and apply it to the bumped up area of the dot without pressing on. You just touch it to the, is it the apex, the highest part, and it soaks, the cotton soaks up the wet acrylic and you're left with a kind of ghostly hazy circle that looks like a bubble or a jellyfish. They call it the jellyfish technique. You can see that I'm like barely touching it. It needs to be a little thicker in hindsight, but we learn by our mistakes, and I make plenty of them, I can assure you. One was this video. The music was too loud. I'm really not good at technology. I can do nails, but ask me to make a video and I'm tearing my hair out. I've had a lot of positive comments on this technique, more than I thought. So I'm doing my thumbs separately because if I put wet acrylic that's kind of runny on my fingers, and then my thumb lies on its side and the acrylic runs straight off. So I'm doing it separately so that I can keep my thumbnail straight. But in the interest of speed, I tried to do it all really fast so that the video was not too long. But even so, some techniques, they're just, you kind of really have to think of a way to do it fast to put it on video, and it always involves a lot of sèche-vite. So I'm putting more acrylic paint in because it's just not thick enough. So like I said, half acrylic, half water should be the perfect consistency. The runnier and thinner it is, the longer you'll have to leave it to dry. Okay, so we're putting another coat of our Frankened jelly on, because I don't actually have any. I always thought, well, what would I use them for? I don't like shea polishes. But I finally found a use for them. But it was actually fun frankening them, just pouring a little bit of the polish in and mixing it up. And another coat of sèche-vite. What would we do without sèche-vite? I don't know. I'd have big dents in my nails, because I'm always doing my nails at 3 o'clock in the morning and then I go to bed, and fortunately because of sèche-vite I don't have dents. I'm going to get the 4-ounce refill bottle that comes with the full bottle, the full one of those size bottles that they have on Amazon. Sorry, frog in my throat. They have them on Amazon and Overstock for $15.99. You just refill the bottle when it's getting a bit low and before it goes thick. So, another set of bubbles on the next layer up, which creates that illusion of depth. I'm using the dotting tool this time to get a different size of bubble. It's still not actually thick enough. I've seen this technique done with hearts, with just dots through the layers, and flowers. That looks really good. And because it's just acrylic and water based, if you make a mistake like I just did, you can just wipe it straight off. Like a lot of my nail art techniques, there is no right way, there is no wrong way. However it comes out is fine. So do the small ones first, because they dry faster. It really is very easy. And the whole technique, I wouldn't say it was like an advanced technique. A beginner could do it, because it's just dots. It's just, my base was dipping my nails in hairspray. Nail polish sprayed with rubbing alcohol or hairspray or perfume on the water. You dip your nails in. Doesn't matter how it comes out, as long as it's a kind of marbled effect on the nails. You can really see how it's like a bump. And how easy it runs off. Another coat of aqua jelly. And another sesh feet. I hope the music's not quite so loud this time. I'm sorry about that, ladies. The settings were exactly the same, but for some reason that track had really loud music. I've changed the track. I'm positive you will be able to hear me this time. So there. You can continue to do more layers, which I did do the following night, but that's the pond manicure. You can customize it to how you like and do a plain base, dots, hearts, flowers, a different colour jelly, a different colour for your base. It's entirely up to you. Take it and run with it, and let's see what you do with it, ladies.